to get up in that ass. I'm twerking on this track. Yes, God, yes, God. Now he don't know how to act. Yes, God, yes, God. Let me holla at you. You get real. So, hey, why are you single? I do drag.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Day, and we're here with Manny, aka Todd, which is his real name, aka Robin Banks, which is his alias for, drag, yes. And we are also here with his boyfriend, Kevin. So, we're actually going to talk about something that's been a little bit on my mind as of lately, at least. We're going to talk about dating drag queens, because I've never dated one. But I want to know, Kevin, I want to hear this from you, so to speak. How was it when Todd, told you that he did drag? What was running through your head? I want to know, how...
Well,
be honest.
First of all, I'll just say this. Todd was scared. And not only was he scared, but he let me know that he was crying. So I'm like, without actually telling me what it was that he was crying about. So yes, you were.
Yeah.
Then you lied. I thought he was crying.
I was emotional. I'll give you that much. I just,
I got this backed up. I thought he was crying. I don't know if he was emotional or crying or whatever, but I didn't know what he was so emotional about. So when he told me, I thought, that's it? Why is that making you cry? And I think I wrote that too. And then in hindsight, I thought, maybe the way I came off about my feelings towards drag queens made me seem like I wouldn't accept him. Or like I wouldn't. Oh,
a dragaphobe. There's not a word. I just made it up.
Yeah, I didn't know that was.
No, it's dragaphobic.
So this word. In hindsight, I had to think, maybe I came off too harshly. I'm not that, but it's something you gotta get over, sort of. In a sense, for me, it was getting over it because I was afraid, we'll say, and the fear came from kind of having so big a personality. Thrown at me? Yeah, kind of. So I'm glad I got to know that after I met him.
Yeah.
Because it probably would have been different if I didn't, because I wouldn't have known how to differentiate the two. Because before it was just, a drag name is just a name to give a girl that you play. But as far as it's a drag name is could be a whole different person. So since I got to differentiate the people, it's not much different sometimes. You have to meet the person behind the aura.
Alright, guys.
You have to meet the person behind all the makeup and the hair. You have to meet that person, and once you do, you realize a drag queen is just the same person in wigs and makeup and earrings and accessories and stuff. So it was I'm glad I did. I know there are other guys out there who are afraid or I wouldn't do that shit. But you kind of gotta be open to it. You kind of gotta get over it.
Pick up.
I completely forgot where my train of thought was, but
So do you love her?
Okay.
Get out of here.
right now.
Alright, so wait a second. Alright, so we actually got a lot from you as far as your feelings and when y'all first met and things of that nature. So Todd, how was it for you, as a matter of fact, because it's almost like a second coming out, sort of.
It is. That's exactly how I think of it.
Yeah, like how was it for you trying to tell Kevin that you were a drag queen? Because I know we had conversations and you was trying to like really figure out like how should I tell him so.
I like to believe it is the second coming out, just because you know, there's some things that it's really hard to mention. Like, and I think it's because I have like drag queen friends that are very much like, you know, I told the guy I was a drag queen, and you know, he broke up with me, or he stopped dating me, or he's acting really weird. And I think after hearing that, it kind of just it plays over your head or whatever. And I think when I told him, I think we were like together for 6 months. All I remember is we were.
It was less.
Really?
Yeah.
So probably like 4.
With us.
No, it couldn't have been, because I remember when Drag Race starts, it's in January, and I was like really trying to tell him about the show or whatever, and I remember while I was telling him it was an episode of Drag Race that I was watching.
I remember that too.
And I was like, why do you think I'm like obsessed with Drag Race? And he's like, oh, I don't know, you maybe like the glitz and glamour and the drama. And I was like, no, you know, like I'm a drag queen or whatever. But prior to that, his like the way he thought about them was like, they're really loud, they're out there, they kind of scare me. So on top of like my friends telling me that their man don't accept them or whatever, I'm thinking about that, but I'm also thinking about how he's like, I've never really been around one because their personality is blah blah blah. So I was just like, oh, okay. I think that's what made it harder. And then the fact that I had a guy who was such a good guy, it was like, fuck, like what my friends are talking about is probably gonna happen to me. You know, like it's always, you hear about it, you see about it, you don't think it's gonna happen to you. And I think, yeah, you know, and I think that's what it was. But I think after that, like, he was real like, oh, okay, whatever. And I was like, alright, so I was scared for nothing. But it does feel like a second coming out. Like, that's like even when you tell your parents you do drag. Because it's like, on top of them having to know that you're gay, it's like, oh, Mom, I dress as a woman. Like, no, I don't want to be a woman, but it's for fun, for entertainment. I get paid for it, whatever. So that's really how it went. But now I think he's like my biggest supporter. Like,
that's cool.
He films my music videos for drag.
Yeah,
he does, like, he bought me the official like professional camera to do my drag stuff. You know, he supports my music, and like I will forever love him for that, because it's not easy. He could have easily been like, oh, fuck this, and like left. You know. Yeah. You know, meet how. And just be out. So, you know, I'm really grateful and I'm really happy.
Yeah, you actually touched on it a little bit, because I was actually going to ask, like, do you, now, of course, since you obviously know he's a drag queen and everything, do you actually, like, go to his shows and things of that nature, too? So, well, granted, he films your music videos,
Right, yeah.
so I would assume that he goes to your shows. So, I actually had a question out of curiosity. Do you ever, like, when you have relations, so to speak, do you ever, like, dress up for him? Like, you don't give, like, drunken love? Like,
no, bitch.
No.
You never do?
Because I think the thing about it is...
Not even throwing a wig? Like,
no, girl.
No. Robin Banks doesn't come to my bedroom.
No. I just don't... I feel like I don't... First of all, I couldn't do it. That's a lot. First of all, makeup is expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm not putting on makeup for it to smear on someone's pillowcase. I'm not doing that. It's not happening. It's a hassle. I don't want to be doing it. An eyelash comes out because it's like really hot and sweaty on the summer. Like, no, like, that's too much. Like, you know, I'm not yucking anybody's yum, to each his own, but for me, no ma'am, I don't want it.
So even if you don't have to shave,
girl,
you just got the size.
I'm not gonna look like
that just
busted
right.
Pinata. No.
And that's just weird. It's like hair, flip, beard. And I'm like,
like, it's a lot.
Exactly, like
it's horrible.
I mean,
No,
you know,
I do
if you
Robin
can do it,
Banks.
you know, cool. You know, I guess it's a commitment, because apparently makeup's expensive and it's a lot of work. So.
Got you. So obviously, since you don't get up in the bedroom, I assume that Robin Banks isn't any type of top or anything, right?
Nope, she's an entertainer.
She's just an entertainer.
She's like a Barbie. She has no part.
That's interesting. Got you. So, any drag queens out there with a boyfriend, a boo, just anything or whatnot, if you have any thoughts on this, or just kind of give your experience and comment below, let us know what you think or just what you experience, because we actually want to see what's out there. This is just one example of
an amazing couple.
Of people, of an amazing couple. I can say for myself, I've seen them together